All right. So, um, okay. So the downfall. So basically, I just want to make this video like explaining what COVID, which I don't believe in, but basically how it kind of messed things up with kids. So now I go to virtual school, but I know public schools a lot different because of COVID-19, and a lot of kids can't really beat us. Because first of all, you have to wear the mask, and wearing a mask for like 8 hours a day, I can't even imagine like that. That must not feel good. Also, because of the social distancing, you can't even really like be with your friends. Like if you have friends, you can't necessarily like be close to them. It's a lot different now than it was the previous years. And that's the reason I went to virtual school because I knew if I went to public, it was going to be something entirely. It's like going to a new, different world. If I went to public school, that's why I went to virtual school. But kids cannot really, and I'm not saying they can't talk to each other, but they can't really socialize in school. It's a lot harder now because you have to social distance, and essentially, it's hold on a second. It's no, okay. But it it, it it just ruins people's experience. Like people can't have girlfriends or people can't have boyfriends. They can't even have normal friends to talk to in school. Like 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 for example, if you were to go 6 people with someone, a teacher would say you got to scoot back. You can't even talk to the person next to you. You probably can't. They probably can never go to the cafeteria because I know that's very close sitting. So I just school is just really in a different place. But personally, I don't really care because I went virtual and because I knew if I went public, because public, it wouldn't have worked because when I put look, I don't put on. I really it's very the chances of me putting on a mask is less than 1%. It's probably like 0.25. But when I do put one on, it wears my aura down. Like my aura is green 100% and it goes to red like in zero when I put that thing on. It makes my confidence go down, my aura, and it makes me feel ugly inside, not outside. But it makes my organs feel disgusting. I don't like putting that stuff on. So put that on for 8 hours a day. I just couldn't do it. That's why I went virtual. But I just want to like explain like if you are in public school, it's nothing wrong with that. I'm not saying, hey mom, this guy said public school bad, we need to go to virtual. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just explaining the situation. I'm not saying if you're in public school, go to virtual. You do as you please. If you want to stay in public school, stay in public school. But I'm just explaining that and the effect on me, like I said, because I'm not a social person anyway. When I was in school, I had friends, but now that that's kind of different, I really don't mind. I'm not social anyway, so that don't affect me. But it does kind of trigger me how kids cannot socialize. But because, like I said, I don't believe in COVID. So if I would have went to public schools wearing a mask and social distancing, it would have done nothing for me. But it's just kind of crazy how this generation is. Well, not this generation, but this really this disease, and it's just messed up so much, and it's not even real. The only reason it's real is because so many people believe in it, because that's how it's going to manifest itself. So if you believe in COVID, you're going to get it because you're manifesting it. But I hate it because I hate for kids not being able to socialize. Because back in the day, in the 1980s and even early 2000s, a lot of kids were going outside playing anything. Like they might have still been inside, but they still went outside. But now it's like the only way they can socialize is at home. And like their kids go out. They can't really socialize in school. They might still be able to, but like it's a lot harder. Like if two friends same the same block in class, they can't socialize because they're 6 feet, or they're gonna get corona. So the teachers don't want that. So the only way they can really socialize is at home, outside. It's just they spend so much time in school, they can't really socialize anyway. And I do hate that because that's bad. Um, I just want to make a video explaining that situation. But like I said, it doesn't affect me because I'm virtual, and I personally prefer being virtual for like a few reasons. Main reasons because you can be handling your schoolwork. Also, you can go to school home. Excuse me. You don't have to wake up at a certain time because school can mess with your sleep schedule badly. Like The only way if it didn't is if you went to sleep at like 7 o'clock. But most kids go to sleep at like 10, 11, and 12, and they're supposed to wake up at like 9 or 8 o'clock, but they wake up at 6, and that messes up their sleep. Most kids do not go to sleep at between 8 to 7. At least where I'm from, that might be different. But when I was younger, I went to sleep around 9. So now I go to sleep at like, because I'm older, I go to sleep at like 10 or 11. But I don't know. Like it does kind of suck, but it's nothing I can do. But I just want to give my personal thoughts on that. I don't like how kids can't really socialize. Even myself, because when it was school, I had really good grades. Well, I still have good grades. I didn't really change. No, yeah, that didn't change. I had good grades, which I still do. I had a lot of friends, and it was a lot more fun. I like to teach. Like when I was in public school. Now, funny thing is though, the school that I went to, it took me like about a year. It took me a year to adjust to the school. But once I finally adjusted and I was starting to recognize the school, I started to understand how it worked. I was making good friends. COVID hit, and that it's like all that hard work that I put in the grades, which weren't it really wasn't that hard to get straight A's in that school. It was really simple. The grades, the friends, all that stuff was just thrown out the window. And it kind of sucks because I kind of liked that school because it was interesting. Like I felt like if I kept going, I could have made straight A's. Which I still know I would have made straight A's. I would have done this and that. I made like I could have made a lot of friends. Could have made this. Could have made that. But all those possibilities, those also possible outcomes in the future are now gone. And I still could. I could have go to public, but I don't want to. I'd rather stay virtual until this COVID-19. Once people stop believing that, then I'll go to public school. I have no problem. But until then, I'm staying virtual. I don't care if I got to stay virtual for 6 years. I'm staying virtual. But yeah, like yeah. When I was in public, I think the main thing I like about that school is because I had a lot more friends. I think I had more friends in my the other schools. Like before, I was in the area that I'm in. Like I'm not gonna say the area that I'm in, but before I was in this specific area, the past school that I was in, I had like a little less friends. So having more friends and having more to do, these teachers were also really nice. The work wasn't even that hard. Like a lot of kids didn't make straight A's, which it's not like they. I'm not saying they couldn't do it. They can. Like if it really because that school was really easy to make good grades in. It was really wasn't that difficult. Anyone could really do it. I'm not saying that those students are no. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying that if they like if every student really like paid attention, they could do it. But kind of sucks though. I kind of like that school, but it's all good though. But I personally don't mind being virtual at all. So if you are public or virtual, like because of COVID, it's nothing you can do about it. That's the thing too. When you complain about something that's out of your control, specifically out. If it's in control, that's different. But when you complain about something that's out of control, I think that's really stupid because what can you do? Like for example, me personally, been trying to do this for a while too. I've been trying to manifest a PlayStation 5. That thing is harder to get than a new pair of Jordans. That thing is extremely hard to get than a new pair of Jordans that just came out. It's rarer than that. So, okay, for example, why would I throw a fit over that? Like, like some people even have the money to get it, but they just can't find it. So, why would I throw a fit over a PlayStation 5 when it's out of my control? Okay, versus me throwing a fit that I don't have enough money. But now okay, let's. I'm not exactly. I'm not gonna say my exact age, but I'm not exactly this age. I'm not exactly the age to work. But I'm not gonna say my exact age. So let's say I was 20, right? And I complained about not getting money. I was whining like a little baby. But eventually, I had a job, and it gave me like a $10 pay or something like that. That would be control. Like okay, hey boss, can I get a raise? That would actually be my situation. I might make a whole video about that, but this is just a side note. I know it's not good for you, but I'm saying like when you complain about something, okay, you want to go to public school. Actually, you still can, but okay, anything like when you complain about something that's out of your control, stop. If you cannot control it, don't worry about it. Just don't. Just accept it. You know, just accept it. But yeah, I'm out. Peace. Thank you for watching, viewer. I appreciate it very much.